One, two, three, 056 7 8 9. Check, 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 check. Do I have the mic on? I think. I'm supposed to have everything on. Apparently everything is on. At least I think so. Alright, there you go. Here all of you go. Okay, does this work? I think it's supposed to. Okay. Okay, I'll be painting something weird with no regard for whatever I'm doing. I want one single tone for my background. Alright, this I kinda like. Oh yo, Joey, how are you? There goes my dog. Hi, Carnell. I'll repeat the same question I asked Joey. How are you? How all of you are doing? Haven't streamed like for 2 days maybe? Maybe 1 day? Kinda think I should have streamed, but I was way too tired, so I had to like skip it. Doing fine, about to go to work soon. Oh, well, good luck there. Hope it doesn't bring you a lot of trouble there. Just some work. Alright. Also, I don't really have a clue of what I'm about to draw, so I'm just randomly putting shapes in. So it might look different or weird. Just trying to figure something out. At least something that I'm drawing. Maybe it will work, maybe it won't, I don't know. Just playing around. Drawer who's drawing a drawer. Draw. Which country is close to Russia? There's a lot of countries that are close, like almost all of the EU. Poland is close, Kazakhstan, Mongolia, China, Korea, United Arab Emirates. There's a lot of countries that are close to Russia. So you can't just say like which one. There is a lot of them. Big country, big borders, a lot of neighbors. In America right now? No, they don't have VPN to those places. Huh, I see. Well, I mean, your best bet is some country like from EU, I think. If you want a VPN inside Russia, so that it works properly. So like, I don't know. Just don't pick Australia. Like, we have so much ping with Australia, it's just ridiculous. Like, up to 300 ping, so you're better off doing something, picking something different. I wanna darken the background a bit, like so, just to have more idea of where I'm working with and what I'm working with. actually don't know what I'm about to draw, so it's gonna be like a bunch of random things that are slowly taking shape together, I think. So don't expect a lot of like special things going on, but we're just watching you. I think you should not like do that. It's like the thing is that the YouTube servers work on their own like landline, let's call it that, so you don't really need anything. Like if it lags, it just lags because there is some weird connection to YouTube going on, but other than that, I don't think so. I don't think that you really need to do anything else. Actually, no, I have a better idea. What are you trying to do there? I'm genuinely curious and afraid of what you're about to do. What are you doing there? Actually, I want to change the top part. Don't really like how it looks right now. I like this part over here, like the wing part, but everything... Oh, Jesus Christ!
Buying VPN for you.
Oh, thank you, Cardinal. Thank you for $10. You scared me. Oh, God. Whew. Whew. Yeah, you scared me like a lot. Unfortunately, I cannot purchase any VPNs because most of them are banned in here. But there are like free alternatives. Plus, you know, earned some money. So I thought, thank you. You shouldn't have. Like, I mean, thank you, but just okay, I'm very bad with accepting help. Jesus Christ, I'm sorry. Thank you a lot. But like, be sure that it's not like a bother for you to do, because you know, I kind of learning about other ways where I can do that, but still, like, thank you a lot. I don't. I'm just thankful, really. Also, I don't know what I'm drawing at this point. It's just some random shapes that are going some direction. Oh.
Keep up the great work.
This time I didn't get scared because the music is way too loud. Thank you, Joey, for $10. Really. You're like, guys, you're really like helping me a lot with that. Like, I cannot express how much I appreciate that you're helping me out like that. Well, honestly, I think that any donation itself should be like considered because, like, yeah, I'm like in the current situation and everything, but like, you know, growing up here, I and the way I did grow up with my family, it's like really hard for me to, like, you know, ask for help and everything. Hi, Brad. it's kind of hard for me to ask for help or like, you know, just admit that I need help, so that you don't think that I'm ungrateful or something. And anything is just, it's really hard, like actually hard to ask for help with the way I was like uh, not educated but grown. So yeah, uh, it's just a bit hard. Also, I always wanted to ask about the pronunciation of this thing, Cardinal. No problem, dude. I just want to support you. Man, I there is not enough words that I know to express how grateful I am, like, for your support of me. Like, really, I, yeah. Oh, so, well, I think it's more of a thing of like Asian education in general, or like growing up in Asian countries, because, you know, there is a lot of similarities between how you guys in Vietnam and how us Siberians are like raised, especially like the younger generation, where it's just, you know, a lot of similar things. And what I learned from like talking to you and Laz. Also, I got a bit sidetracked, Joey. I think that I'll be able to like repay you for your kindness someday. I'm pretty sure of that. Like somehow I'll find a way. At the very least, if I come to America, I'll buy you like, well, I don't know about beer. Do you drink? Or maybe like something nice. You know. Just to say thank you. Like properly. Also, I got sidetracked a bit. I wanted to try to pronounce the banh mi thing. Banh mi? I gotta go to work in a few. See you later, man. Alright. Have a good luck there. And also, I hope everything goes smoothly for you there. Maybe if I'll break this shape over here somehow. Like so. I'm not even sure what this is supposed to be, so... Actually, I like this shape. I'll repeat it. Banh mi? No, I know what it means, because, like, I've been watching you guys, like, call each other that. It's like the kind of a sandwich, if I recall correctly. The first accent you go up, banh mi, something like that. Banh mi. I don't know. It's a bit hard for me to actually do the tonality properly. Like, I have to like hear at least once to be able to like mimic the sound. Cause from what I've heard in Genshin, in Berry Painter, like, well, more like concept art, like, even though there is no silhouette going on. Just doing stuff. Hey, you don't owe me anything. Mr. New art is enough to make me happy. Hey, it's just about my own little kind of ego and being thankful to you, so you might be saying that it's enough for you, but I feel like I can make it all the better. At some point, at least. Not now, not currently, not in this year, but sometime in the future. Remember, Joy, I'd never forget people who help me. I never forget good people. Google Translate. Okay, just for experimentation, I'm gonna copy paste the banh mi thing, and I'm gonna try to repeat it, and you'll be my judge of how well I pronounce it. Okay, so Google Translate. Google Translate. Alright, it's not Korean, it's... Where is it? Okay, Vietnamese, where is it? Cannot see it. Maybe because I'm bad with English alphabet, that's why. Alright.
Bánh mì.
Banh mi? Something like it's
Bánh mì.
banh mi. Like banh mi. Oh. Stealing your success. There is no success to begin with. In my case. I'm just placing shapes down and just trying to make them look somewhat decent. Also, it's like I'm trying to do more of a heart shape design. Banh mi, something like that, I think. I mean, maybe I'm just feeling a bit more. Yeah, that's the more of the Anthony Jones method, but for his method, it's supposed to be more like that. Like you just build up like that and go in, but I have no clear idea what I'm doing, so I'm gonna start over. Vietnamese course with Cardinal. I have more experience speaking English and Russian, so it's gonna be a bit harder. Though, you know, the tonality-based languages like Vietnamese are a bit harder to nail down because there's like different stuff. Like, I tried to like watch this Genshin Impact video where the actual Chinese and Mandarin speaker tries to pronounce, well, says how to pronounce names of the characters properly, and the only one that stuck with me was Ning Wang, and it's probably like already butchering the pronunciation. You focus on big shapes until it works. You know, works on. Yeah. Like you start off with like a shape like that. Actually, you even start with the whole thing being more like a silhouette. So let's have a clear idea first. Not just some random monstrosity, but like some idea. So the idea would be Chinese weird. Well, yeah, but I kinda like it. I don't know. I used to not really vibe with it, but after playing Genshin for a while, I think that I started to actually appreciate the language more. And now Korean sounds the weirdest for me. Oh shit, I'm gonna go. Oh, all right, yeah. Proper hygiene is good. So go ahead and do that. So yeah, I think that Mandarin's now sounds even better to me than Korean. Before Genshin it was other way around. Like this whole song of Hu Tao, like chun cha cha. Like I don't know, I just vibe with it. It's just so good. Okay, so the first thing that I wanna do, I want to set myself some goal. Let's say it's some sort of a guy first. So like a guy who does what will he do? Okay, let's go with some kind of a biker. Yeah, let's go with a biker. So first thing I'm gonna do, or not biker. Let's go with futuristic thing. Some sort of futuristic thing. Right. So like Space Marine kind of thing. Just gonna be a lot more shape design in that. Or let's go with the biker. Yeah, let's go with the biker. It was a nice idea. So huge frame. This over here, this part over here, I'm using as a reference for where the chest ends. So it's like that. Creating a shape like that. Shape for tricep and bicep. Shape for forearm. Also, I need to like make it smaller so that it doesn't like pop too much. Okay, this is just a basic skeleton. And I want him to be less cartoony, more realistic. So let's say he's like standing there, and let's say he's like not smoking, maybe holding something. A simple pose is not that much fun for like a concept, but you can always do that. I don't think the legs work. Let's make a bigger biker with smaller legs. I would like to imagine it being more of a fatso. So more of a fat guy with arms. Big arms, like cartoony big arms. Very small head, barely sticking out from his trapezoid. Some silhouette, some bandana. Let's say bandana is actually squeezing his face a lot. Oh, yeah, they're pretty like subpar, I'd say. And let's make him face forward though, so it's gonna be a lot easier to convey the details. And let's say he's like holding his beer belly and very small legs, like this small. This should work nicely. So the first thing I'm gonna do is just make a really small brush, lighten up the background a bit, just so I barely can see the whole thing. And then what I can do is start blocking in everything. So let's say it's a rough sketch, so there is like some bandana going here, and it's gonna be slightly like that. Bandanas usually go with this kind of shape there, like a diamond shape for this little thing, and a small thing here, and everything goes away from it, like so. So every line is gonna be there. An ear, another ear, very like big eyebrows, very small eyes, beard. Let's say this is just like a heavily like blocked in face, so I'm not really trying to make shapes as more as I'm trying to actually design the thing. Like big eyebrows, like so. And the beard is gonna follow through everything. And I want it to be more roundish, even like squarish in its appearance. And the whole character I want to be more squarish. Okay, let's say there is like biker jacket? No, biker vest. It's called a vest. V-E-S-T. Alright, how can I make it ridiculously funny? Alright, so it goes like this. Like so. It ends over here and over here. Then there is like muscle. There is also, let's say, a t-shirt thing. It's also like a tube like that. Then there goes the arm. It's pretty big and large, so I want it to be more like that. It's supposed to be comedically large. Alright, so there's the bottom part of his thing. A beer belly, because they got beer bellies. What if we even increase his like size even more, making it ridiculously tight? So this is gonna be our thing. There's gonna be some hair over here. I don't like how this shoulder looks, so I'm gonna like put a bit higher. This is supposed to be like here. Small leg with really small legs, knee joint, very tiny leg, and what can we add? I want to showcase that he's pretty thick. Alright, I think I've lost my channel. on Overwatch 2, right? So the whole thing goes like in one motion. Very tiny shoulder, very big arm, following this squarish appeal, let's say. Not appeal, like form language. And make the clothing stick out a little more. So this is supposed to be our belly line. I'm just gonna make it like that. Okay, the big thumb, really derpy, really big. Something about this design that I don't like, so now it's time for me to experiment, so I can like merge this together and play around with it just ever so slightly. Making proportions different, making the shape language like change itself. Like this character is supposed to be fit in this like squarish shape, and for the hair let's add some kind of a long hair going back slightly. Yeah, this looks kind of funny. If it looks funny, it looks alright. Because I'm trying to go for the comedic appeal. Maybe even slightly cartoonish. Okay, so this, that. I want his belly to still influence the shape of his legs, but I want this shape to be more like that. Okay, now he kinda starts to look like I want him to look. The comedically large boot, just to boot everything up. Okay, I want his boots to still be protected, so they're gonna have a lot of things going on there. Now, with that in mind, what I can do is do a refine process where I'm actually focusing on the forms more. So I can lighten this up even more and start working in the forms. Let's make him semi-old, more like a Santa Claus-esque person type. And I want him to have very huge like nose bridge, very huge nose, with very clear and obvious parts to it. Just so it will be easier for me to figure out where I want to put stuff. Okay, I think I want to make the nose slightly smaller. And I wanna like give eyes a little more of the roundish shape. Even add some bags under the eyes, because I think he might have like traveled on this long road for a couple of days. So he is very tired, very old. I think that could fit him perfectly. A huge nose bridge, huge nose, even let's make it squarish. Let's make it squarish, just to drive the point home. but he is actually a square in disguise. Then I want some of the hair to go out of his nostril, because some of the hair just does it. So I'll start right from under the nose with my lines. The lips are gonna be also smallish. The beard is gonna start from over here with some shape like that, just to showcase that it's actually hair. And the beard itself is also gonna be like that, very squarish. Yeah, I want a square design for everything, just to make him seem more cartoony. Let's add a little hair going right under the bandana. A little hairline here, a little hairline there. Doesn't Anthony Jones just does it with shapes though? Yeah, he does, but the thing about his concept art, it's more about realistic, like quick idea sketching, so... and idea iteration, but they're mostly like properly suited for like monsters. This one method I'm using is just more widely used in general, because it's really easy on figuring out where you might like change something, where you can alter everything. So like ears, for example, I can just make squarish even though they're round in the sketch. You gotta erase less, you gotta think more in more steps. It helps a lot with the whole thing in general. And plus it's just quicker because I can just lay in the values in terms of color later on, and it will just work like Todd Howard says it does. Okay, so I want more of the hair going like that. Why does it look like a helmet, like a biking? Like, I mean, for actual bicycle? Okay, I want to make his head more squarish too. You see, like, I can make actually informed decisions. I mean, when you're like Anthony Jones, you can make those decisions be informed at any step. But whenever you're learning or you need to like create a certain design really fast, you're better off like doing something like that. It's just a lot easier. And it's a more controlled process. So you don't have to rely on everything that happens and don't really get sad if it doesn't work properly. Plus it's mostly like actual, what it's called, line art process. And now I can make this more squarish, with this too. This too. Okay, I want this to be a little different. So this is the same plane, so it goes like this. I just want to showcase that there's like this boxy shape over here. So I don't like how the arm looks. Maybe I'll need to decrease amount of edges and make it like that. And make this more squarish in general, like decrease the amount of sides. This is why I like concept art is it really syncing with your drawing? Really? I really don't pay attention to it, it's just there for your entertainment. You know, for the actual value of the music being on the stream. So that when I'm silent it's just like there. Just making things more interesting. Okay, I'm gonna use like this double thing here just to show where the direction of the bone is. I'm not sure if that's a good decision, but I'll see once I'm done. Also, I think he might use like some not gauntlets, what do you call them? Without fingers. What are called? Gloves. Yeah, gloves. He might use some gloves here and there. So I'm gonna add them over here. Maybe he's gonna have like his fingers have a hole on them, so there is like additional layer of actual glove over here, so we can do that. Just adding a little bit of thickness here, a little bit of thickness here, and here, just to showcase that he actually has a glove here. It's still like following basic perspective, but not a lot of it. Also, there's gonna be like this cutout here. Like, I'm using really generic like look of the glove like that. I could use a lot more details by actually getting myself some reference for a glove like that. But since I'm relying on my memory, what I can remember about these gloves looking like, I can do it like that. Though I would say that having some reference would definitely improve the quality of the whole thing. Also, showcasing what's closer and what's further is really important. Okay, I can add a little more thickness over here, because as I said, I want him to feel like he's actually buried in his own weight and muscle, because he's not exactly fat, but really likes to go into this lifestyle of biking, so he's constantly sitting, not really moving a lot. Okay, how do I want his... Okay, I want it like that, so... Here you go. That will work. This is another shape. I'd say that his head is a little bit too big. if I'll make it smaller, it should work better with the whole design. I'll just go with that. Like so. T-shirt of some sort and a little like fabric over here, just covering up a little bit of everything. A lot more squarish by thinking about it in terms of actual form happening here, like so, making it more squarish in appearance, following these lines, for example, so I can like have this whole idea of that it's an actual arm, but you know, keeping edges for me to reference later on, so that it looks fine and okay. Let's add comically large belt buckle. Okay, belt buckles look like what exactly? Belt buckle. Belt buckle. Let's have some weird one, like wonky. What part of the bike got something like that? What can I use as an actual like design for that? I wonder. Let's give it a look and see for ourselves. Oh, actually, you can make anything into a buckle, it seems. But since it's a biker, I would... Biker? Let's see, maybe somebody came up with some weird design. Oh, everything has like skulls, engine parts. Okay, so since I want it to remain like squarish, so I'm gonna make it like that. So it's like cornered, but not exactly like a square. I want some kind of a design over here. Belt going there, slightly in here. Like so. Some shin guards, because I mean he still wants some protection on his knee. He's not irresponsible, so you should not be either. Same thing with this leg. Alright, so it's gonna go right from this part. So this thing is gonna dictate where I'm gonna drop the belt from. And it's also gonna have some like fabric. Probably gonna cover a little bit or not. Yeah, let's do like as if he's like closing his thing, barely managing to do it. So there's gonna be a little bit of this shape going there. Basically gotta think about everything. Let's do the hair falling down like that, maybe. Or let's do it as a thing where it's basically Okay, let's do this design like that. There's gonna be like this muscle over here. This. It's still like a rough sketch at that point, but it's conveying a lot of the idea that I want to be in that. And I want this to be as like built up as everything else. So it's gonna have this kind of a language going here. Maybe there's like some fabric difference over here. Like this is supposed to be different fabric. Like, you know, there are these weird pants they wear in America sometimes. Where there's like two different fabrics going on. Alright. Gotta showcase that there is like this fabric going on here. These little like edges, they are very important in showcasing what's going on. Also, I don't know, how do I want this part to be? Let's do it like that, maybe. Slightly hiding underneath. I know it's not supposed to be straight like that, but I'm just trying to figure everything out. So this is gonna be the middle part, this is gonna be the muscle in there. This is gonna be our like edge to his, where like the whole thing is breaking off into a sleeve. And I want it to be more interesting to look at. And I want this to be different. What if it's actually like a regular t-shirt? Man, this starts to look like a pirate. I don't really dig that. I need to think something through. This is why you get a lot of reference and a clear idea before starting. Since I got some idea, it's already easier to design something, but the language, the form language, coming up with it from like get-go, and even if you have basic idea of how you want it, you better have some reference of how other people solve this before you. What if it's like that? Okay, I had some vest thing. Yeah, we can do it like a t-shirt, like a regular old t-shirt. Over here. Just underneath all of that. And it's going more like that. Like this is gonna be our vest. It's gonna slightly cover the neck area. Like that, it's just basically gonna be over here. Slightly aiming forwards. And this is gonna be our like jacket, like jeans, like jeans vest or jean vest. I don't know how to properly call it. But this is gonna be one thing. This is gonna be another thing. Another detail over here. And the next thing is gonna be some beard design fixes. Also, I don't like the proportions of the top half all that much. Let's move him down just ever so slightly. Should help us drive home point of him being actually huge. actually huge. This is supposed to be like going in slightly at an angle, so like so, I think. Yeah, I like this proportion more. Like, it looks like an actual like square right now. This is what I wanted. Yeah, that's an actual square. Yeah, that is what I wanted. So we can actually do something like this, maybe? No, let's do it like that. Erase this part, drop this part down, have this little thickness, showcasing the size of the guy. T-shirt, following this. And if I want to like color him in, all I need to do is just, finish this thing. Ever so slightly and just select it. Gotta close this gap over here. Erase this, close the gap. Close more gaps. I can basically like clear the whole drawing, just going in or parts where I think there's not enough everything going on. I can basically select this, invert my selection with Ctrl-Shift-I, darken it slightly, erase the parts or add parts where I feel like there should be something, where there is like clear gaps in the silhouette. I can just do this. Now he looks fat, but it doesn't scream a biker to me, but more like a boxer. So it's a poor thing. Then again, it's kind of hard to make it look like a biker. Maybe if we add more things here. Already like a good silhouette for like a huge guy, but great for a biker. But then again, I can just do this, lighten it up slightly, select the parts where I want certain color to be, like that. Fill it up with like off blue. Fill this part over here. Like skin tone, basic one. Fill his head with that. The other arm. The glove going darker. Also, I think I accidentally ruined the glove. That's why it doesn't really look nice to me too. Keeping the fingers slightly in the same ballpark. Jeans being black pants and everything. Like so. And bluish tint. And some red t-shirt. Like bright red. Dark leather belts, bright silver for our buckle, right red for the bandana, darker color for our beard in here. And for the god. Okay, the song just made me like realize what it is, and I was like, wait a minute. So darker color for our beard. Don't forget to like leave some parts of the mouth in, just to showcase that there is like form going on. Like this. Let's make it more squarish. I mean, it kind of works, just not that great. Now we can darken this part using soft brush, making it more bluish. Same thing here. Make the nose and all the like, connective tissue brighter and more pink. Going from downside like that. Same with ears on both sides. Some on the elbow, just so that we have some details. Add some details for the hair on the arm. I mean, that kind of looks like a thing, but just not that great. And you can always alter it later. But it's like basic principle behind every design. Now let's add this thing. And then you can just basically go in and do the flat shading and then just shade everything as you wish, as you want it to be shaded. With like ambient occlusion here and there. Right now what I'm doing is just selecting bigger shapes just to make sure that I have everything under control. Alright, and over here. Big beer guy but loves kittens. Yeah. That's basically the whole gist. Like, every biker is basically a little big sweetheart with a good sense of humor. That's like the method I was taught in my like art school for concept art. I know I'm like making it seem a lot less detailed in terms of what I'm doing with it, but that's basically the whole thing. Like, there's no bigger secret to anything in there. So if I put this to multiply and get rid of all of the color, set this to be like okay, let me just have this as a background. Set this to pure white. Select this, set it to multiply. Actually, that kind of works even now. And move it up a bit. It's already looking like an actual like shadow mass, so I can just add more detail to it by making it darker, making it lighter, whatever feels the right way for you. Like, I feel like this kind of bluish tint works the best. And the next thing I can do is just go about every crevice of the drawing and just push everything slightly more. So like using the soft brush, setting everything to multiply, rounding up some edges with a huge brush, adding little crevices with the small brush. If it's a big shape like this thing over here, I use the big brush and just go ever so slightly. Same thing over here. I can even add a little of everything here. Round this part up, the same method. Wait, where is the shadow? Oh, I was drawing in white. I see why. So like this. If there is like a crevice like that, especially if it's really like narrow, you just go with a big brush first, then smaller brush, then smaller, until you got this little like effect of what it's called, ambient occlusion. Just go by and make your movement with a big brush first, then go narrow, even more narrow. You got yourself some basic like idea of form that's happening there. Smaller. And if I turn off the colored layers and everything, you can see that there is like some basic ambient occlusion going on, and you can do that multiple times, going over every crevice, making sure it looks fine. Also, I forgot to make his eyes lighter, like that. And once you're done with your ambient occlusion, you can turn it into different color, like make it slightly brighter, give it like some hue, maybe bluish tint. And for the light, you can just basically use regular overlay. So let's say I want it to be like here, excluding the shadow shapes that I have. So let's say there's like this plane that is really solid over here, like so. Some maybe over here, some over here. Fine, let's drop some here, some over here, and over here. And you just do the whole thing with the overlay, and it kind of works. You just gotta go in and darken your overlay layer a little bit, maybe make it colored like slightly yellowish color. And it's already like a good palette to work with, but you gotta put a little more love towards it, just to make it pop better. That's the basic gist of everything. So from there on out, you can just basically go in and color everything how you feel like, because there's literally nothing stopping you anymore. And also, I kind of want to get back that little bit of red over here, still keeping the design of the whole shape over here. And that's it. That's basically the whole process of the time. Just do some little rendering then by hand, just to make sure that all of your shapes are readable and you can see what they do, how they do it. Making sure that everything reads properly, is correct in terms of value, but with this process at least you get like proper values most of the time. Maybe some like things like that. And that's supposed to be above, so we can like actually drop our line art down below everything and use this as a multiply layer. There you go. You can just paint on top of that and just make sure everything works in tandem. Slowly deleting what you don't like, maybe something just doesn't work properly and you want that little extra push of form in some places. Maybe you want a little more description for the form, etc. You just keep on working on that till it's like looking good. In my case, I can just literally go in, merge all together, and just erase stuff that not erase, like soften with the brush that you guys have. If I don't like something here, it's already gonna look okay-ish. Like at least you can like make changes from that design without a lot of like commitment. Maybe add more details to the whole thing. Yeah, I just don't feel like this design is particularly good for this instance, but you know, it's something that I probably need to do more of a research before I can actually teach that method, because I haven't used this in a while, like actually in a while, because it's kind of on the harder side of everything. Let's use this same blue, make it slightly darker. Maybe add more detail to the whole beard thing. Thinking about the forms here, maybe using slightly brighter color for this, like so. Yeah, that already starts to look like an actual design, which I kinda like, but I don't feel like this is actually that great. Could be better. Like so, like you keep iterating, you keep making it better. My neighbor is oddly darker than usual today. What do you mean darker? You mean mood-wise? Is that music, honestly? Oh, I see. Alright. You can actually start designing your forms with that method as well. So it looks fine and proper. Actually, I don't know what music is that. Oh god. That's Dark Souls 2, Queen of Drangleic. Yeah, I think I told everything I could about this method for now, because I actually lack experience with that. But tomorrow I can do something different as well. Maybe remember something. I'll cut this stream for now. Also, thank you, Cardinal, and thank you, Joey. I know you're not here, for helping out. Really appreciate that once again, because it is what I do. I appreciate every help. And if you got like some questions, I can always reply to them on Discord. But yeah, I'll cut this stream right here.